What's up, my guys and geeks? Geek Space here, and today I wanted to jump back into the world of Harry Potter. We've heard a lot about Lord Voldemort and seen all the powerful spells and different kinds of magic that he can do.
Do nothing! He's mine to finish!
But one piece of magic that we've never seen Voldemort do, and that we know he's not even capable of doing, is producing a Patronus charm. But I got to thinking, and I began to wonder, what would Voldemort's Patronus be if he was able to make one? And I believe that I know the specific answer to that question, and that's what we're going to be discussing in today's episode. Before I get started with this theory, be sure to join me in the comments down below. Let me know what you think Voldemort's Patronus would be, and if you think there's ever any version of the universe where he'd actually be able to produce a Patronus. So just to cover our base rules before we get started, a Patronus is a piece of magic that a wizard produces, typically to fight Dementors, and it can either be non-corporeal or corporeal, and when it's corporeal, it takes the form of an animal.
Expecto Patronum!
And we know that Patronuses can take the forms of either regular animals, like a doe or a stag, or they can take the form of magical animals, such as Dumbledore having a phoenix Patronus.
It's magical.
So I got to thinking about Voldemort, and I started to wonder what his Patronus would be. And from what we've seen in the past, often a person's personal experiences or things that are close and important to them will inform what their Patronus becomes. For instance, Harry's Patronus turns out to be a stag because he knows that his father used to be an animagus who could turn into a stag.
It's a trap. He's a dog. He's an animagus.
Snape's Patronus is a doe because he was in love with Lily Potter, who was the doe to James's stag.
Always.
Always.
Dumbledore has a phoenix as his Patronus, probably mostly because phoenixes have a very specific importance to his family, and it's said that whenever a Dumbledore is in need, a phoenix will come to their aid. So I got to thinking about Voldemort and what animal is very important to him.
Unicorn!
And obviously, the most obvious answer is a snake. I mean, he's a Slytherin. Snakes are their house icon. And he literally put a piece of his soul into Nagini, a snake that used to be a human and is actually a Maledictus. But there's a specific type of snake that I believe Voldemort's Patronus is. I think that Voldemort's Patronus would actually take the form of a basilisk. And it makes a lot of sense because we see young Tom Riddle desperately desired to be special, that he knew as soon as he discovered magic that it set him apart from other people, and that he liked the feeling of power and superiority that came from wielding magic, and that he was utterly enamored with the magical world and saw muggles as inferior. As soon as he got to Hogwarts, he was in love with the wizarding world and all the wonders it had to offer. And I believe that one of the main signs Tom Riddle would have found of his specialness, the proof that he was superior to all other wizards, was his ability to talk to snakes. And we know that his ability to talk to snakes and the fact that he's the heir of Slytherin, all of that eventually led him to discover the basilisk down in the Chamber of Secrets. And that he used this basilisk not only to prove to himself his identity as the heir of Slytherin, further separating him from the rest of the wizarding world, but also to commit his first murder, which led to him creating his first Horcrux, the Diary. So, basilisks themselves have this extreme importance to Voldemort, not only because he used a basilisk to commit his first act of murder, and used that murder to create his first Horcrux, his first step to immortality as he sees it, also because it symbolizes Voldemort's specialness. It's proof that he's a Parselmouth, that he can talk to snakes in a way few other wizards are able to. It's proof that he's the heir of Slytherin, that he specifically is descended from Salazar Slytherin, something no other wizard in the current wizarding world was able to claim. So, because of Voldemort's emotional connection to specifically the basilisk, because of the way that his life and his early quest for immortality centered around the basilisk and the power and control that it brought him. I believe that there is no other magical creature or normal creature that Voldemort's Patronus could possibly be besides a basilisk. Alright, that's it for this theory. Be sure to let me know in the comments down below what you thought of this theory. Do you think that Voldemort's Patronus, if he could produce one, would be a basilisk, or do you think it would be some other kind of creature? Be sure to let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notifications button so you can see the next time I come up with a fun Harry Potter theory. And if you want to see why Mrs. Norris is actually a Maledictus of Walburga Black, you can click on this side of the screen. And if you want to find out why Professor Trelawney actually had a time turner during her entire teaching tenure at Hogwarts, you can click on this side of the screen. But you only got 3 seconds because this video is about to end. See you later!